There is a reward, but most importantly, it is the right thing to do. That's Nightly News for this Thursday. I'm Tom Llamas. Tonight and always, we're here for you.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
Student representatives are raising concerns alleging bullying behavior, fear of retaliation, and intimidation from a particular Guam Education Board member. More coming up.
As Guam struggles with a fragile economy, lawmakers debate whether a tax amnesty program is the solution or a risk to fairness. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with a debate coming up.
And a groundbreaking ceremony for the new Sinahanya Fire Station marks a historic milestone for public safety.
Hafade Guam and good Friday evening to you. I'm Jason Salas. This is KUAM and this is Primetime. Thanks so much for tuning in. These are your top stories. Well, everyone knows what happens when people actually do speak up. That is a direct quote from an anonymous letter penned by a concerned student member involved in the Island Board of Governing Students, with the letter raising serious concerns about leadership and conduct, including a perceived fear of retaliation, as well as reports of bullying behavior and possible intimidation linked to a member of the Education Board. Destiny Cruz-Langas has more in our top story.
It's an issue that's been at the center of recent discussions between the Guam Education Board and island leaders. Allegations of mistreatment of Guam Department of Education employees by some GEB members. Senator Vince Borja, who chairs the legislature's Education Oversight Committee, says there's widespread fear among employees.
A lot of them are scared to speak. That's the thing. Most employees are scared to speak to the board.
Those concerns recently underscored by an independent audit that placed the board at the center. A student involved in the Island Board of Governing Students speaking out anonymously, citing fear of retaliation. The student claiming that the same pattern of behavior has reached the student level, pointing to one board member in particular who they say has a history of bullying and misconduct. In a letter, the student writes, quote, "We have personally experienced being yelled at, spoken down to, and threatened. These interactions are not isolated incidents. They are part of a pattern that creates a hostile and intimidating environment." They also note that attempts to meaningfully participate in GEB meetings are often met with intimidation instead of support. Now they're calling on both the legislature and the Guam Education Board to take action, pushing for stronger accountability and safeguards to ensure a safe and respectful environment for students. This comes as Senator Borja continues pressing board members to implement immediate changes to address employee concerns, along with the introduction of legislation that would shift the GEB to a fully appointed body. Destiny Cruz-Langas, KUAM News.
Well, our Nevaeh Anderson has our next story. As our island faces a $130 million in unpaid taxes, prompting your elected lawmakers to debate a tax amnesty program that could waive penalties to boost collections. And while advocates point to past successes with similar initiatives, opponents fear the biggest benefits may go to corporations rather than everyday citizens.
On Thursday, senators went into a committee of the whole to debate Bill 231 by Senator Joe Augustine. The measure would establish a 2025 Guam tax amnesty program, allowing delinquent taxpayers to pay what they owe while penalties and interest are waived. The goal, recover unpaid taxes quickly and provide immediate revenue to the government of Guam without raising new taxes. St. Augustine's proposal comes as Guam faces ongoing fiscal uncertainty. A, quote, fragile and undiversified economy combined with a sharp decline in tourism has strained local revenues. And while military spending has helped in the short term, that growth is expected to slow.
Today, Mr. Chairman, there's about $130 million in uncollected taxes. The opportunity for the government of Guam to eliminate these delinquent tax stands before us.
But broader figures presented to lawmakers by the Department of Revenue and Taxation show the problem is even larger, with roughly $245 million in total account receivables on the books. That includes roughly $116 million in penalties and interest, which would be reduced or waived under a tax amnesty program depending on participation. Lawmakers pointed to a similar program implemented in 2018, which collected just over $30 million from about 900 taxpayers out of a $35 million goal as evidence of a program's success. And as focus shifted to how the program would be structured, some senators questioned whether it goes too far.
A rolling tax amnesty program that's codified versus a directed, targeted tax amnesty program which have specific dates. And that's the problem, I think, with this. It undermines, I think, the fairness for those taxpayers that are willing to pay, pay their debt, right? Pay their taxes and even on tax payment plans. And there are the others that, I could see it totally benefiting delinquent taxpayers that, sort of game the system.
Later in session, lawmakers rejected an amendment that would have required specific financial conditions before triggering an amnesty program, keeping the authority more flexible. They did approve some key changes, however, including removing employer withholding taxes from eligibility.
If you have an employee and is hired, you pay the taxes.
Lawmakers also allowed administrative fees to help the Department of Revenue and Taxation manage the program. Still, concerns remained over how much revenue could be lost through waiving penalties.
Who's going to bear the impact of that?
Others questioned whether the biggest benefits would go to large corporations. As the bill is projected to exist under Chapter 24 and 26 of Title 11 of the Guam Code Annotated, this program could also apply to taxes including business privilege tax, corporate and individual income taxes, and more. After amendments, Bill 231 was ultimately moved forward to the third reading file, but the divide remains between those who see tax amnesty as a practical solution and those who warn it could reward those who wait to pay. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
Well, moving on in our rundown, a long-awaited boost to public safety in Central Guam is now taking shape as the leaders have broken ground on Sinahanya Fire Station 2, marking a critical investment in quicker response, stronger emergency services, and safer communities across the island. Jonah Goncharfers was at the groundbreaking on Thursday and has this report.
1, 2, 3.
Thursday afternoon, the dirt was turned for Sinahanya Fire Station 2, located next to the Central Precinct Command. Guam Fire Department Chief Darren Burrier.
It is about honoring the past, investing in the present, and building a safer future for generations who will call Sinahanya home.
Sinahanya Mayor Robert Hoffman shared the same sentiment. He wanted to extend thanks to the GFD leadership, architects, and engineers who helped envision the project.
As the Mayor of Sinahanya, I'm deeply proud to stand alongside our firefighters, our village leaders and our village elders, and our partners in government, all of you who have supported this effort from the very beginning. This new Sinahanya Fire Station represents more than just concrete and steel. It represents commitment, readiness, and our shared responsibility to ensure that every family that has an emergency, whether it be in Sinahanya, Hagåtña Heights, the city of Hagåtña, Momong Totumaiti, or Salampago, or anywhere across this beloved island, you will come. They have always risen to the occasion, and now it's our turn to rise for them.
Burrier reiterating to the men and women of the Guam Fire Department.
You're the reason we are here. You show up every day with courage, compassion, and heart. You run toward danger when others run away. You carry the weight of people's worst moments on your shoulders, and you do it with dignity. You deserve a station that reflects the level of service you provide, and today we begin building the future.
Jonah Goncharfers, KUAM News.
And you definitely going to want to pay attention to this story as our friends at Public Health have confirmed another case of whooping cough, known scientifically as pertussis, bringing the community's total to 7 cases so far in 2026. Healthcare officials now say contact tracing is underway as they work to identify what may be the source and prevent even further spread. Whooping cough is highly contagious, a respiratory illness that can cause severe coughing fits that may last weeks. It's especially dangerous for young toddlers, leading to serious complications, including possible pneumonia, seizure, and breathing difficulties. Public Health is urging the community to stay vigilant as you want to get vaccinated, DTaP for little kids, and Tdap for adolescents, adults, and women that are expecting. You also want to avoid close contact with anyone who may be sick, and please stay home if you are experiencing symptoms. You also want to practice good hygiene, washing your hands, and covering coughs into your elbow. If you or a loved one shows symptoms, please seek proper medical care immediately. Don't sleep on this. Health officials do continue to monitor respiratory illness trends, both locally and regionally. We are just getting started, everybody. Please stay tuned. Primetime will continue right after this on KUAM.
Spring is here, and it's blooming with savings at Kmart Guam. Step into the season with fresh styles for the whole family. Tackle your spring to-do list with tools for every project. Get everything you need to be spring ready. Find it all this season at Kmart Guam. Her Story is Now. Brought to you by Maneng Picas and V Plus Design Studio.
Half a day, everybody, and welcome back. Well, this Women's History Month, we close out our Her Story series, in which we shine the spotlight on women changing the game, our female athletes who are literally breaking barriers, redefining strength, and inspiring the next generation, both on and off the field.
My name is Maria McQueen Dunn, and the sports that I participated in for 2 Olympics was for wrestling, freestyle wrestling women's, and I competed in 2008 and 2012.
Hafade, my name is Marissa Maritita Matanani, and I am a for the Guam Air National Guard, Special Olympics softball chair coordinator and volunteer, and the head coach for the Academy of Our Lady of Guam Cougars.
Hafade, everyone. My name is Olivia Flores Elliott. I'm from the village of Malolo, and I competed in rugby, volleyball, soccer, and football, mainly rugby in the international stage.
Hafade, my name is Regine Tugade Johnson. I compete in track and field, and I competed at the 2016, 2021, and most recently the 2024 Olympics.
Let's talk inspiration.
I very much just really was intrigued by it when I was about 11 years old, because Mr. Bob Anderson was actually a PE teacher at our school, and our school was being used as a national facility at the time. So it was just kind of like a happy accident, because he was like, hey, the mat's here. I'm gonna teach these middle schoolers about wrestling. And I was hooked, and I really, really, really wanted to just wrestle. And then being told, no, you can't, or girls don't do that, made me want to wrestle even more. And that's just kind of how it started. There wasn't really, honestly, I can't say like, oh, I had the Olympic dream, like that's my end goal. I really just was happy to be wrestling, and every opportunity that came up, hey, there's a Oceania coming up, or hey, you have the potential to compete at Worlds, oh hey, you know, if you might be able to get a tripartite position for this Olympics, like it just kind of, everything just fell into place for me, and I was at the right place at the right time, and just training hard, and I was there, I was showing up.
Ironically, it was my dad, everything rooted from him. He really gave my sister and I no choice. Since we were young, we were practically everything, golf, swimming, taekwondo. Whether we cried our way to practice or not, he made sure that sports was a big part of our life, because it gave us an outlet, an avenue, something to motivate us to do good in school, and have something to look forward to after school.
Just growing up, I wanted to try a bunch of different things, right? I looked up to my older sister a lot growing up as a little kid, so I always wanted to be like her, so I tried out all the sports she did. And then just, you know, taking that first step, just getting yourself out there, trying different things, finding what works for you, finding what you enjoy, and finding what you're good at.
I think it's just in my genes. My dad was a football and soccer player for George Washington at the time, and then my mom's been a collegiate gymnast, so gymnastics was just, I guess, in my blood, and that was the foundation of all my sports, of my sports career in general.
What's a drive, and why is it yours?
Truly, being born and raised on Guam, I can't think of a higher honor than to represent your country. Like, it truly is something, because when you're there, you're there representing your country. So you just like swell with pride. Just the feeling of, here I am, I'm on a world stage representing our island, which is always, you know, it's so small, often overlooked, or people don't even know where it's at. So it really meant a lot to be there and to share about Guam.
It's meant everything to me, especially doing this alongside my dad. He just, this is his 15th year, and the girls were able to give him a dynasty to go out with a bang on 15 years. But looking back at the coaching staff, I am nothing without them. Again, my dad is the head of this whole thing. We have Coach Ken Fernandez, who's another respected ball player. We have my sister, Coach Meg, who has been able to play college sports and pitching, coming home and being able to give back to our alumni. And then Coach Savannah Shields, who was a D1 player as well, moved to Guam 2 years ago. And then all the alumni that have contributed to this program have made it an impact in their life and being able to give back to the future. So every girl that we have come into this Cougar softball program, they see that, and they know that their coaching staff has their back and is able to get a lot of good feedback. Whether they want to pursue this in college or not, it's always going to be there for them.
I think it was growing into the role. It started off as obviously just a player, and then seeing the leadership before me, and then kind of taking in that role. And the experience overall is just amazing. I mean, rugby has taken me all around the world. Some of the best sister friends that I have today are those that I've met along the way, and it's just a huge part of my life. I did it for so long, like 11 to 13 years, so it's just ingrained in who I am as a person, I'd say.
And a message to our aspiring athletic youth?
You miss all the shots you don't take, right? So yes, you can be anything that you want to be, but you have to be willing to put in the work. The lesson is just being resilient, having that grit to push through, especially the hard times.
We have standards for our ladies here in the Academy program for Cougar softball, discipline and respect. So we see how much they put and hard work they put into every single practice. When we as coaches do not see that same output in games, of course they're going to feel that pressure, but that's where our mantra comes in. Pressure is a privilege. Our girls, and they laugh about it, but when they hear us calm, it actually worries them more than us yelling at them. But when it comes to the championship, we tell them like, hey, you made it to our goal. Our team goal is always to make it to championship. So when we get there, it's just a time to have fun, enjoy the game, especially for our seniors, go out with one last bang. So at that time, it's all motivational, all positive energy, and just making sure they're enjoying the game.
I always just told myself like becoming a mom wasn't gonna deter me from continuing to do the things I love, like still being able to make it work. And I think it propels you in a different way, like being able to show your kids that you can still work hard, and being able to show other women and other girls that just because you have a child doesn't mean that, yes, your body is different, but you can still bounce back and you can still push yourself to be, if not even better than you were prior to your motherhood journey.
I think the biggest thing for me that I would, pass on to anyone, regardless of where you are at in life, male, female, but especially the women, right? Especially the young girls aspiring to, be something better, right? I would say, don't let what anyone says limit what you can do. Don't let what anyone says limit your potential. The only person's opinion that matters is yours. If you think you can do it, then you absolutely can.
Your quote or mantra vibe?
Tough times, they come and they pass, but like tough people don't. Like tough people always stick through it.
My dad, my sisters, and I, we have Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through God who gives me strength. That has been our mantra. Some of our girls have also embodied that. They write it on the bottom of their cleats. So it's beautiful because we not only coach at private school, right, but everything we lead is through God first.
This sounds cliche, I guess you could say, but the Inifresi, I grew up going to Legaña Heights Elementary, Agata Johnston, and Academy, and every morning we start our day with the Finogi Chimarro and the Inifresi, and I think that when you're younger, those words don't mean so much, but when you're older and you're literally standing there with your flag on the screen to challenge another country's flag, like those words mean so much, so it really puts it into perspective.
What's the hype song?
I wasn't an angry wrestler, like I didn't listen to like death metal, like to get angry. I really needed to be happy, so I really listened to anything to make me happy. I'd listen to Tenacious D, I'd listen to like old school rap.
I think this year, I have to say, is all of the lights, it gets me ready, gets me motivated. I'm like, okay, then that's what's gonna get me motivated and get me ready. So I think that's the one for this year.
My easy answer is I just listen to anything Metallica. That's like, I don't know what to listen to. Metallica is always the right answer for me.
Her Story is Now, brought to you by Munang Pikas and V Plus Design Studio.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Now the calendar may be saying March is coming to an end, but Chamorro spirit lasts all year round. And everybody, here's a look at a real icon of our culture. Here's a betel nut tree. This is up in Jigo.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Wesley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby! Wesley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby!
Tonight's sports feature is brought to you by Cars Plus.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Freedom to ignore this, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair to nature and involuntary blood donations, cheap things. No one signs up for an 800-pound bear chase. But if it happens, cheap thing. VIP parking, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying it'll dry. Free-range parenting, forgetting if that's a moose or an elk, all cheap things. Remembering without saying it. Couldn't be more of a cheap thing. Sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, and Americans saving another American's tail. Cheap things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people with cash like him? Not a cheap thing. Or confusing capability with unaffordability? No, not a cheap thing. Making adventure affordable? Now that's a cheap thing. So we're bringing you more cheap things this year, because cheap things should be everyone's thing.
Watch what you're waving that for.
Foodie Call is sponsored by Canada Dry. Crisp, clean, and refreshing.
Welcome back to another episode of Foodie Call. Guahusi Kobe.
Guahusi Padme.
And today, to close off our mess tomorrow, we're stopping by Capital Kitchen.
Capital Kitchen.
Oh yeah. All right, guys, we finally got our plates. Padme, what do you have?
Green beans, salmon, red rice, fried chicken, barbecue chicken, California roll, and ebi.
So on my plate, I have red rice, fried chicken, barbecue chicken, a little bit of their salmon, eggplant, and parrotfish. If you're wondering why the Bonellis is here, they actually had a demonstration for us on how they make it. So that's like our dessert for after. Let's start with the fish.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the corn soup.
Cheers.
Mmm.
Oh, parrotfish is so good. I think we should take a little break. Because to wash it down today, we have crisp, clean, and refreshing Canada Dry ginger ale.
Yes, we do. Okay.
Cheers.
Ready? Cheers.
The one thing I'm really excited for on this plate is the fried chicken, because you can't go to Capital Kitchen and not have the fried chicken.
Exactly. They're known for their Chamorro food, and what better month to try it than Miss Chamorro?
That chicken is so good. Did you get to try your barbecue chicken yet?
Not yet.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's pretty good. So we're gonna give this Bonellis a little taste test. They're really good. All right, guys, that wraps up another episode of Foodie Call. Thank you for joining us today.
And thank you to Capital Kitchen for having us today. You can check them out at Capital Kitchen on their socials for their location, hours, and more food like this.
And one more thank you to Canada Dry for sponsoring this segment.
Bye! Foodie Call is sponsored by Canada Dry. Crisp, clean, and refreshing.
Check out the 2026 Japan Fest happening on Saturday, April 11, sponsored by Pepsi.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas.
All right, everybody, on this Fresco Friday, we are celebrating all of our Special Olympians. When you are an Olympian, you are an Olympian forever. That means for all time. And we will see you guys tomorrow at the Ukadu Field, where we all volunteer and make Special Olympics the very best it can be. One of our favorite events here at the KUAM Care Force. Also, it's the very first Pacific Minds Conference, and this is by some incredible, wonderful, concerned teens who made an event for youth, by youth. It's going to be on the 4th. It's going to be downtown at the Guam Congress Building, and it is organized by some wonderful students from both private and public schools who want to make sure that their peers know about the mental health resources that are available to them on the island, and then create an element of wellness, right? The colors are purple and green. This is absolutely amazing. We're going to have a story for you. Absolutely incredible thing to do right now. If you are a teen, please make sure to register. There's going to be food. There's going to be swag. It's really, really, really cool. This is all about your generation and an amazing thing. So shout out to all of the teens who made that happen. All right, up at Ukadu High. Speaking of Ukadu, right? There's a lot of talent up at Ukadu, so after the Special Olympics, you are going to be able to see the She Kills Monsters. It's a play being put on by the Bulldog Theater Company, and the matinees are April 11th and 18th, and the afternoon shows are the 9th through the 12th and the 16th through the 19th. Only $10 gets you in there, all right? All right, and if you're not from Ukadu, go by and support your fellow high schoolers, right? They're doing good work over there. And two hands together makes a wonderful sound. And shout out to the Bulldogs for doing that. All right, the GMH Volunteers Association Charity Ball. I've been telling you about this because the Pink Ladies are making sure that our hospital, Guam's only public hospital, has the life-saving equipment and technology that they use to make sure to treat patients. So you got compassion, you got care, you've got funding, and you've got gear. Put all those things together and you have a wonderful system of care. So make sure to support Guput Kurita. That is on the 11th as well, and that is going to be over at the Hyatt. Thank you to the Pink Ladies for always having the biggest hearts and making sure you support the Guam Memorial Hospital. And after all that, we got some sports for you, all right? Next Monday, we got NBA. Playoffs are right around the corner, everybody, and so make sure to check it out. It is Jalen Brunson, Steph Curry, two guards. These guys are my height, too. Everybody says, Jace, you're so tall. I'm 6'3". Steph Curry is my height. That's how tall he is, right? You're going to be able to watch the Warriors and the Knicks go at it. And then later on in the game, big West Coast matchup right now because defending NBA champion, will he be the MVP once again? SGA. He's going to get up against three-time MVP Nikola Jokic and his Denver Nuggets. Make sure to watch that because big games with the playoffs right around the corner. All right, birthday shout-outs. Equally cool, and that starts right now.
Okay, everybody, for your Friday birthday shoutouts, we have two shoutouts, but in the same caption and from the same proud family. So Zen Torres Basaldua and Zin Torres Emmanuel, Viva Cumpleaños and happy birthday to the Dingas. To Zin, Ginini Familia ni Mangaygui Guahan sa Ipan, Philippines, Jan San Lagu. Viva Cumpleaños, Jan Viva Mes Chamorro, they say. Celebrating Chamorro culture each and every day. And when it's your birthday too, that's awesome. All right, we are so proud of that. So we hope you have a wonderful birthday.
I don't know what I've been told.
I don't know what I've been told.
Someone here is getting old.
Someone here is getting old.
Your Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake winner
for this week goes to
Isa Sanchez is the now owner of a Cold Stone Creamery ice cream cake, and Isa and her family are going to get a message from us to let them know when they can swing by and pick up their prize. Thank you so much, and congratulations, and enjoy your birthday present. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
We got a Big Island weekend ahead. Everybody, please bring an umbrella because remember, Special Olympics up at Ukadu over at Boat Basin. There is a surfing competition. Final chance to get Girl Scout cookies. They'll be having their final sale over at their headquarters. And over in Tejan, they have the Aviation Open House. Don't ever say there's nothing happening on Guam because we've got a lot of wonderful things happening. And whatever you do, please be safe and please be excellent to each other. I'm Jason Salas, and from all of us here at KUAM, take care.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Ali, Mogisin, Hafade Zantiro, Rananim, Kasalelie, Lengwo, and Yakwe. Welcome back to another episode of the One Micronesia Show. This show being brought to you by our friends at Bank of Hawaii. We kick off the show with a Chukese leadership meeting, a meeting where Chukese leaders came together to discuss issues affecting the Chukese community and how to move forward. To kick off the show, we joined the Chukese leadership meeting, which was held on Saturday, February 28th at the FSM Concert Building. This was a meeting sponsored by the FAS Athletic Organization. This gathering brought Chukese leaders together to discuss pressing community issues and explore ways to strengthen support and resources for Chukese residents here on Guam. Among those in attendance were notable figures like Father Francis X. Hizo, a Jesuit priest who lived and worked in Micronesia since 1963 and is a longtime advocate for the community. John Howard, founder of the FAS Athletic Organization, Hendrik Evelett, president of the Chukese Association of Guam, Professor Choram from the Pacific Island University, Tina Takashi from the KOFA Empowerment Navigation Organization, Tanel Mori, a daughter of Chuk, and also representative from the Guam Congressman's Office, and students from the University of Guam Social Work Program. John Howard shared his reflections on the meeting, highlighting the diversity of voices present and the main objectives moving forward. He also encouraged more members of the Chukese community to attend future events and contribute to ongoing discussions.
We are grateful that at least we have some people that showed up, especially we have Father Reason from the Catholic groups, and we have Professor Choram from the Protestant Church. We have Entric from the Chukese Association, and then we also have Miss Tina Takashi from the Kofasino, and we also have Miss Tinel Tamori from the Office of the Congressman Moynan. So we are very grateful that we engage with them. I think we can move forward with some of the suggestions that we need to create this support system, these support groups from the Catholic and the Protestant churches. I think that's the main goal right now, to come up with this support group from the Catholic and the Protestant, to kind of use them to influence, or support some of the issues we face in our community. I think the main objective is to go out and talk to the members in our community.
The co-pastors, near community leaders. We not may atana code atana for irrevoice and influence and irrevoice. I see that Karamas. I see don't probability. Akciana on KUAM, prepara research. Bantu dia kerana support. Pada kan kita mesti dia research potential. And I think research out.
Professor Choram emphasized the importance of church-based groups in supporting the community, underscoring the value of teamwork and peace as guiding principles.
The ideas that we have for community awareness, and also one thing that we touch is faith-based, like the churches, and giving information to churches and religious groups, and also meeting with church leaders. Let them be aware of what's going on, the importance of this association that we just discussed things, and how we can collaborate with other groups for the benefit of our people.
Tina Takashi spoke about the mission of her organization, the KOFA Empowerment Navigation Organization, and how they plan to strengthen support programs for the community.
Kofasino is established as a Comeback Impact Support Center, and that is to address the migration needs of our community here. So we're hoping that we will provide more of a one-stop shop center to make our services available to help our community in various areas, working with the community here with the police to talk about law and order and public safety. And we also want to make sure that we provide a facilitation services for employment and GET training, so that it's a vocational kind of training. Those are kind of the key core functions we want to help our community with. But on the different level, we also aiming to facilitate public policy dialogue and advocacy, because our people need to understand how policy is affecting their lives as well. We are here to support and empower the KOFA community to be more sustainable, more resilient, and to live productive lives here in Guam.
Secondly, I echo all your visions, your purpose for our people. I believe John started off the meeting with saying the overall topic of our meeting today, or the goal of our discussion and dialogue, is to see how we can collectively, collaboratively, as Professor Walter would say a lot, ekitsu, bipetsu, agetsu, work together to progress our Chukese community here on Guam forward. The track that we're all on right now, you guys are really pinpointing the core of our Chukese community. We have our faith community, the Catholic as well as our Christian or Protestant community. our sports community, and then the family, because as John said, it all starts at home.
Tanel Tamori reflected on the honor of being a part of this leadership table and shared her personal takeaways from the meeting.
I was very fortunate and privileged to be able to speak today. These are the types of conversations that are so important. These are the conversations that are not easy to have. As you can see, we do challenge and struggle with having just the attendance come in, but it's always that one person. It's always that one organization, that one conversation that kind of just has to keep the work going, and that's how it always starts. And so my key takeaway from this discussion and the dialogue and the time that we had spent was there's a need. There's a great need. There is a call to action to my fellow brothers and sisters from Chuk, my moms, my aunties, my uncles and my dads, everybody, that there is a great need for active participation, not just on your civic duties here on Guam, but with your community as a whole, and we are present. And I believe the conversation today, as Dr. Nsita Walter has shared many times, our former governor of Chuk, is Agetsu, Ekitsu, and Tipetsu. And to sum it all up, it's collaboration. And I believe at one of the executive meetings previously, it was said that we cannot stand if we're not united. And it was our brother from Yap, who works here at our consulate office, who said, we cannot be united if we're not present, if we're not here. And so my key takeaway, along with the fact that there is a vision, there is an active mission for the Chukese community here on Guam, it's to participate and to invite and welcome all our brothers and sisters from Chuk that are here on Guam to please participate, please attend a meeting when you can, when you see the text messages or the Facebooks that come up and let you know that there is a meeting. If you can't be in attendance, at least just be engaged and to continue to be plugged in to our community, because as community members, community contributors here from Guam, this is where we show that strength in numbers to our leaders, to show that we are not just a statistic on the board, but we are active members. And so that's where we'll be able to really engage and kind of have that partnership and relationship that we so need.
Last time, at our last meeting, where the Rosan had main focus on the Otun near centralized area, which we call Chukese Community Center.
Hendrik Evelick discussed a critical need for a Chukese community center, reinforcing the importance of having a dedicated space for support and programs.
Different ideas were shared, and I'm glad that many of the ideas came from key persons within the community of Chukese or FAIS on Guam. And what I really want, and I emphasize also, I touch base on the importance of having our kids that are eligible to vote on Guam to get registered. I emphasize that because it's a key point moving forward that we can make them exercise their right to vote on Guam.
And Father Francis Hazel highlighted a religious support system for families and individuals, a network to call before dialing 911, and the value of checking in on the community members across the island.
So we need interfaith groups. And we need the interfaith groups not just to go out and to do pious prayers and everything, as good as that is, but to sweep around and find out who's being neglected, who's overlooked, where are the homeless people, who's taking care of these people in Jigo, who's taking care of the people in the South. You know, how do we get in touch with them? How do we provide help for them when they need help? We've got people who would do that, you know, but they have to know. We have to have a information network. We need to do that, and we need to build an inter-church framework to take care of these needs.
All agreed that more meetings like these are beneficial to the cause, providing a space for dialogue, collaboration, and stronger community support.
Yes, I think we need to continue to discuss matters because each time and each year we may face different problems, different issues, or whatever that is needed for our people. So this kind of meeting is very important.
We're looking at different aspects where we can devise a plan to work it out, and hopefully it will be effective.
The collaboration is very important, that we come together no matter who calls the meeting. The important thing to think about is if it's about the goodness of our community, then we should come out and support.
A message to them is to not be discouraged, to stand firm, be still, and to just continue doing the good work that you're doing in all the many different capacities. Keep at it, keep doing it. Do not let your head fall, because you're good people and we're all good people, and we're here to do the good work that we were all called to do. And that's all I have to say, is to not be discouraged.
Thank you so much to John Howard and the FAS Athletic Club of the Chukese leaders for inviting me to sit in with this meeting to learn more about the issues, but at the same time talk about more about things that we can do to help the Chukese community here on Guam. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with more of One Micronesia Show.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at your Island Pizza Hut.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
One Micronesia Show, and we are back. This time we go all the way to Manila to the big campus at the University of Guam's 58th Charter Day. Check it out. Next on the show, we head over to the University of Guam for its 58th annual Charter Day celebration, held on Thursday, March 5th. This year's event carried the theme UOG Rising, a new era of growth, service, and impact, highlighting the university's expanding role across Guam and the Micronesia region. Charter Day honors the university's founding in 1952 and the signing of its charter in 1968, when the Territorial College of Guam officially became the University of Guam. Each year, the celebration brings together thousands of students, families, and community members for a day filled with food, games, demonstrations, campus tours, and cultural performances.
So University of Guam is like a school of Micronesia because we embrace all of our students, our people from across broader Micronesia, including Guam. So we're just very excited to celebrate our 58th year charter anniversary. So we're just very excited to have everyone, our partners, our sponsors, join us today. And of course, our alumni to help celebrate. Viva UOG!
The University of Guam is the only university that's located in the Micronesia region, right? And so our brothers and sisters from the Federated States of Micronesia, that's Chuk, Yap, Koshrai, Pohnpei, and we also have the Republic of Palau students who are visiting the University of Guam. And to be able to be part of these student organizations, irregardless of what our culture is truly, truly so empowering, and it makes the student body feel so supported. So, I want to say Sidzuas Maasi, I want to say Kalangan, Kamagar, Kiriso Tapur, Lenwo, for everything that the cultural student orgs at the University of Guam does for not only our students, but the entire Triton community and beyond.
For many students from across Micronesia and the Pacific, the event is also an opportunity to showcase their cultures and connect with peers from other islands. We spoke with members of various island student organizations and the University of Guam Student Body Association about what Charter Day means to them, how it strengthens connections on campus, and the pride they feel in sharing their heritage.
To me, Charter Day means culture, community coming together and celebrating the founding of the university as well as its achievements over time. This being the various student organizations you see in here at the Charter Day event. There's so many student organizations here, and over time it built, and this is the results of that.
So UOG has given us many opportunities for us to come out and show our culture. For instance, this Charter Day, and it makes us feel part of home and a place where we belong.
And also it gives us a chance to show who we really are to the people of Guam, as well as our other people who visit the island of Guam, such as the various tourists.
This Charter Day means to me that as a Pohnpeian, we're here to show our culture from our island and to show everyone that we Pohnpeians are, even though we're far away from our island, we can show our culture.
To me personally, I would say it's almost as if like an anniversary for the day one of when this all started. As for CSO, this reminds us of when we all decided to create this wonderful university as a whole, and it's also one of the main reasons why we have a home here for our students, a home away from home that we like to call it, which is Chukese organization under the university.
From showcasing traditional attire to hosting booths and cultural performances, the students made it clear that Charter Day is more than just a celebration. It's a reflection of UOG's vibrant and diverse community. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we'll give you more of sights and sounds of what went down at the 58th UOG Charter Day.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
One Micronesia Show continues, and now we go back to UOG. Here are sights and sounds of the 58th Charter Day. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with more of the One Micronesia Show.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Freedom to ignore this, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair to nature and involuntary blood donations, cheap things. No one signs up for an 800-pound bear chase. But if it happens, cheap thing. VIP parking, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying, it'll dry. Free-range parenting, forgetting if that's a moose or an elk, all cheap things. Remembering without saying it, couldn't be more of a cheap thing. Sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, an American saving another American's tail. Cheap things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people with cash like him? Not a cheap thing. Or confusing capability with unaffordability? No, not a cheap thing. Making adventure affordable? Now that's a cheap thing. So we're bringing you more cheap things this year, because cheap things should be everyone's thing.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
One Micronesia Show, and we're down to our last and final one. It's now time for the One Mic Jam Sesh. Check it.
Ran into this girl the night before. She reminded me of the Golden Shore. She was nothing like your average girl next door. She liked DVDs, tattoos, and Paramore. She'd say half a mile como por favor. And I'd say sa dispensa tu kay gikulo. And she'd paint colors round the galaxies and more. I ran into this girl the night before. And she gave away to light my world for just a moment. Dan who sa song and how that do. I think I hope I know she loves me so. Mahaleng zonu hoguse hoguzahu. Mahaleng zonu hoguse hoguzahu. If I'm wondering when the light will come my way, when I wake up she's by my side to start my day. Thoughts I toss in hog with